Malaysia and North Korea has spent years building bilateral ties since June 1974. Malaysia started developing a healthy relationship with North Korea since 2003 after the opening North Korea embassy in Kuala Lumpur while Malaysia embassy in Pyongyang. Compared to countries like America, China, and Japan, Malaysia became the first country that allowed its citizens to travel to North Korea without a visa in 2009, the same year of Datuk Seri Najib Razak became the sixth Prime Minister of Malaysia. Since then, Malaysia has opened trade with North Korea, which allow Malaysia import iron, electrical and electronic products, and steel products from North Korea, and export natural rubber, palm oil, and refined oil to North Korea. Also, Malaysia has become a gateway to Southeast Asian markets according to North Korea. However, the aftermath of the assassinations of Kim Jong-nam at Malaysia main airport on 13 February 2017 led to diplomatic feud between the two countries. The deteriorated relationship may remove the value to bring North Korea and ASEAN closer together since Malaysia is one of few countries that have maintained ties with reclusive North Korea regime for decades. As a result, both of the countries has banned each other's citizens from leaving their countries. Prime Minister Najib Razak said, "Protecting our citizens is my first priority, and will not hesitate to take all measures necessary when they are threatened." The tensions between the two countries is high, which impact the relationship that been created for years.
Assassination of Kim Jong-nam has affected the economic and cultural relations between Malaysia and North Korea under Prime Minister Najib. North Korea is importing Malaysian refined oil, natural rubber and palm oil. Malaysia imports North Korea iron and steel products. In 2017, 300 North Koreans were employed in coal mining industry in Malaysia, Sarawak State. In 2011, the Bernama News Agency of Malaysia reported that the two countries will enhance cooperation in areas relating to information. In 2017, both countries signed a memorandum of understanding on cultural exchange. Together with Malaysia Tourism sector, North Korea has been working to promote travel to North Korea. More than 1,000 Malaysians have been to North Korea since 2001. North Korea opened an air route to Malaysia in 2011 to draw more of the country's visitors. The Malaysian government has decided in early January 2017 to stop allowing North Korean state-owned airline Air Koryo access to the country following to the recent United Nations Security Council sanction imposed due to the pressure from the United States.
The chronology of Kim Jong-nam murder. Malaysia was shocked by the news of the assassination case of half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on February 13, 2017. This black event started when Kim Jong-nam entered Kuala Lumpur International Airport 2 at 8:59 a.m. While Kim Jong-nam walking to the AirAsia self-service machine at the airport, Kim Jong-nam was approached by two women believed to be from Indonesia and Vietnam. The two women approached the victim and closed Kim Jong-nam's eyes with their hand as if they were playing a peekaboo game. However, after the incident, Kim Jong-nam realized that there was fluid on his face. After realizing his illness, Kim Jong-nam intends to go to the toilet to wash the poison that has been swept over him, and that is the only way to save him. However, his desire stopped when he turned to the nearby inquiry counter. When Kim Jong-nam arrived at the counter, he groaned in pain, complaining that he had swept a liquid into his face by someone. After that, an officer took Kim Jong-nam to the police at the time. Later, a staff member and another police took Kim Jong-nam to the health clinic there. However, on his way to the clinic, Kim Jong-nam's knees were hardened and his leg was dragged to the floor. This is because the VX agent react completely by indirectly causing the muscles, respiratory and heart system to collapse, and after almost 50 minutes, Kim Jong-nam survives the effect of the chemical weapon. Kim Jong-nam finally took his last breath on an ambulance on his way to the hospital.
Next, I will explain about the aftermath of the incident. After the death of Kim Jong-nam, the diplomatic relations between Malaysia and North Korea became more intense and unstable. This is because the Malaysian authorities have rejected the North Korea request to release the body of Kim Jong-nam to them. The ambassador of the North Korea in Malaysia, Kang Chul, have accused that Malaysia have conspiring with the enemy of the North Korea that have assassinated their citizen. He also claimed that Malaysia is trying to conceal something and try to deceive the North Korea government over the high-profile assassination case. The North Korea government also refused to accept the autopsy report of the Kim Jong-nam. They have claimed that Malaysia have violated the human rights law because Malaysia have done the post-mortem of its citizens without having any permission from the North Korea authority. After Malaysia's government have rejected all the North Korea requests over the assassination case of their high-ranking member of their party, the diplomatic relations between the North Korea and Malaysia became hostile. The North Korea government on 1 March 2017 have deployed their high-level delegation that was led by Ri Tong-il, which is their former deputy permanent representative to the United Nations to Malaysia. And he will be the official spokesperson for the North Korea government to discuss about the dispute between two countries. They will discuss with the Malaysian authorities about three main issues, which is about their demand to return of the Kim Jong-nam remains and to release its citizens who have been detained because of their involvement in the assassination of the Kim Jong-nam by the Royal Malaysian Police, and the diplomatic issues between North Korea and Malaysia. On 4th of March 2017, Malaysia have declared that the North Korea ambassador to Malaysia, Kang Chul, as a persona non grata, and also have been asked to get out from Malaysia within 48 hours. To counter the Malaysia actions toward its ambassador, the North Korea government also doing the same action to the Malaysia ambassador to the North Korea, and they also have barring all the Malaysian citizens in the North Korea from leave their country, and Malaysia also doing the same thing towards the North Korea citizens in Malaysia from leaving the country. The diplomatic issues between Malaysia and North Korea became more intense when the Malaysian government declared that they would have cancelled all of visa-free entry for the North Korea citizens because of the security matters on 6 March 2017. On 30 March 2017, the Malaysian former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak have allowed the body of Kim Jong Nam to be sent back to the North Korea, and the citizens of the North Korea also have been allowed to return back to the North Korea, and the Malaysian citizen in the North Korea also can return to Malaysia. With all the diplomatic dispute between Malaysia and North Korea, Malaysia have decided that Malaysia will close its embassy in the North Korea, and it means that Malaysia and North Korea have no diplomatic relation after the incident between the two countries.
Now I'm going to present the restoration of diplomatic relation. The diplomacy between Malaysia and North Korea has been strengthened since the investigation into Kim Jong-nam's death began. The assassination has created a dramatic rift between the two countries, which have denied each other visa-free access. However, relations between the two countries began to thaw after former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad Pakatan Harapan coalition comes to power in May 2018. According to this call, Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad has been expressing interest in a restart to bilateral relations for over a year, saying in June 2018 that he wished to reopen the embassy and try to establish a good relation, including a trade relation with North Korea. On 25 October 2019, Malaysia's former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad met with the President of North Korea Parliament, Ko Yok-ha, to discuss the issue of normalizing bilateral relations and the reopening of the Malaysia embassy in Pyongyang in Azerbaijan. This is the first such effort after Malaysia severely downgraded relations with the North Korea following the assassination incidents. After that, in an interview with South Korean news agency Yonhap, Mahathir said Putrajaya is reaching out to North Korea. He was also saying that we want to be friendly with all countries in the world. Even North Korea can provide some trade for us. We do not like confrontation. He stressed Malaysia's diplomatic pragmatism and reiterated his willingness to reopen Malaysia's embassy in Pyongyang as an end to the diplomatic row over the assassination incident. Mahathir also decried the talk about the North Korea government behind the assassination was suspicious and noted that the killing did not affect Malaysia's security. He expressed in the interview that now it is time to resume normal relations between Malaysia and North Korea. On 3 January 2020, Malaysia officially confirmed that it would be reopening its embassy in Pyongyang. The reopening of the embassy in Pyongyang was set for the first quarter of 2020, marking the resumption of bilateral relations between Malaysia and North Korea. Malaysia wants to be friendly with all countries, Saifuddin said, adding that the reinstatement of the embassy would also motivate North Korea to conduct peace talks with the United States. Malaysia believes United Nations Security Council sanctions against North Korea should be lifted.
In conclusion, the dark incident, which is the assassination of Kim Jong-nam in Malaysia, has weakened the relationships between the two countries. During Najib Razak as a prime minister, both of the countries refused to make peace and cut their diplomatic relations. It was said Malaysia solved the problem wisely because Malaysia do not want to lose safety image, lose foreign direct investment as well as a foreign tourist. However, after Mahathir Mohamad became the 7th Prime Minister of Malaysia, the diplomatic relations between Malaysia and North Korea has restored. Malaysia's top priority was focused on the safety and securing the freedom of its citizens. Since Malaysia wants to be a friendly country with all countries, Mahathir Mohamad has normalizing bilateral relations with North Korea by reopening embassy at North Korea in 2020. By restoring the bilateral relations, Malaysia hopes that North Korea will do the same with the US.